Hi crafters, this is Paulette in Missouri. I got my free 4x4 Quickutz die from Scrap with Allie at eBay. For spending $50 or more in Quickutz products, she sends you a 4x4 Revolution die. So she sent me the little wedding dress, and it's so sweet and elegant. I love it. Thanks, Allie. I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about how to store your smaller dies. I'm a Paper Tray Ink follower, and Nicole Hetty had done a segment on her blog about these little boxes from At the Office, and so I got one. Nicole stores her dies in little CD envelopes front to back, but I have all different kind of dies, all different size of dies from different companies. So I thought I would talk a little bit about how I store my dies in here. At the time I bought these boxes, I did not know I would be using these photo refill pages. These are for 5x7, 2 5x7 photos, and it just worked out that I could come in here and cut along here and get 2 pockets. I cut all this business off here where it goes in the 3-ring binder, and that gave me 2 pockets per page. And these are really sturdy, and they're working out really good. I take a little address label, and I just did categories according to the dies that I have. Now, as my die collection grows, my categories evolve, and that's okay. I can come in here and change these. I can tear these off and put a new one on, or I can just put a new one over the top. So let's talk a little bit about how I layer my dies in here. Now, I've got like these big Cuttlebug dies. They have this really great ejection foam on here. It protects the blades, so I don't worry about those scuffing. I have some Quickutz dies. This is a little set of clothes, and it has ejection foam on it too, so I'm not worried about them scuffing in here. I can't stand to have that metal against metal. It's like scratching a chalkboard. And I also don't want to injure my dies. Like the Spellbinders dies don't have any foam or anything. These were designed to cut, emboss, and stencil. So the blades are out here. A lot of the die companies have their own storage system, but I just haven't invested in that kind of thing. I would rather spend my money on dies because I'm a dieaholic. So I just be careful how I stick them in the envelopes. So typically I'm going to put my largest die in here first. Then anything that's in a protected container can go in front of that. I'm going to put my new little dress die between the Cuttlebug die and the little clothes, and that way I can still see it. And then my Spellbinders die is the smallest die in this package. I'm going to put it in the front so I can see it, because if they get lost in here, I kind of forget what's in here. But this is a much better system than I had before. Before, I had all my dies stacked in little trays, and I would have to page through them to find them. So this works really good with the categories. I can just go get the category that I need, bring it to my workstation, make the project I need, and then when I'm done, I can put the envelope back. So let's talk a little bit more about how I've got these in here. Paper Tray Ink dies all come in this really nice little sturdy envelope, and I really like that. It keeps them protected, and it protects the other dies like these Spellbinders dies, because if these were unprotected and I just put them in and out, eventually the back of this die is going to is going to dull the blades on my Spellbinders dies. My dies are an investment. They are tools that I'm investing in to use for years and years. And so I don't want to injure them, so I'm going to protect them the best I can. So some of these are just on some magnet. Now I have purchased the magnet that's in a roll. It's a big strip. I've got some here that I'm straightening out like this. It was in a big roll. I got that at Walmart. It's got adhesive on the back, and I'll show some of that. But most of these are magnets that I had. These were from business cards, and I robbed them off of the garage fridge and tore off the business cards, taped them together. You can probably see a little bit of painter's tape there. Taped them together with painter's tape because that's what I had. And then I used my ATG gun and adhered them to cereal box. I can write on the back of the cereal box if I want. I just so happen to put a label on that one right there, but on a lot of them I've written on the back of this. So anyway, I'm just going to be careful how I'm putting them into the envelope, and that way none of them are scuffing against each other or will get injured. So, I quickly outgrew one box and I had to go to another box. These boxes are really a good size. They hold all kinds of things. I've got extra categories over here, and I just did things that made sense to me. Like I have a package of frames, I have a package of labels. So you just make categories that work for you. This also holds my new little, it's a edgelit die, Sizzix edgelit die from Stampin' Up. And it holds these little envelopes perfectly. I've got my oversized embossing folders in here because my current embossing storage did not hold that folder. Holds letterpress plates, and it holds the Sizzix embossing plates. So this is really good. I've got these on my workstation over here, and I use them as an extra little countertop. I also have these iris containers, and I really like them. They're super sturdy. I actually bought 2 units when I started doing my stamping stuff, and you get 2 large drawers and you get 2 small drawers per unit, and it's a white shelving system that has little shelves in there. When I first started collecting stamps, these all had stamps in them, and as my die collection has grown, I've had to evolve with it, and I've put dies in. So I've got like my alphabet dies from different companies all in here, and that works really good. And I've upgraded to putting my cookie cutter dies in this thin drawer. This is all bags and boxes, so this is a paper tray ink die, but since it's a bag, I want it to be with all the bags. My little bride and groom, they're too big to go in the little pockets for my at the office boxes, so they're in here just on some magnet again with cereal box. And that just keeps them from scuffing against these others. The container for this is a little Quickutz pilgrim hat. It's so cute. That just keeps them from scuffing against each other and protecting the blades. Then one last thing, I have my little 2x2 dies, 2x3. The medium Sizzlet dies are in here. Cuttlebug, 3x3s, and I just made little categories that made sense to me. I started with holidays, so I have all my holidays in here. I have a manly section, baby section, so that just works really good for me. I can come, if I'm working on a baby card, I can come and get all the baby dies and take them to my workstation. And when I'm done, I can bring them back and put them away, and that way I kind of know what I have. So I hope these tips help you. If you have any questions, just let me know.